Yo, what is up YouTube? I'm Blitz5, and recently I was playing Thresh in the bot lane, and I was wondering to myself how Thresh's abilities scale off AP. So obviously I've played support a lot and I've played Thresh a lot, but I've never really thought about what his ratios are because I'm not building AP items on Thresh. And that's what most people do. Usually you're building utility items, you're a support, so you're going Sightstone, you're not building damage. So you never really think about that. So I went to the League of Legends Wikia to read through his ratios and just double check all of his abilities to make sure I was maximizing everything. Sometimes I think this is a good tip for new players. You play a champion a lot and sometimes you forget about maybe like a hidden passive or just like small things. For example, I forgot that the box on Thresh's ult, it really only does damage to the first person that breaks the wall, one wall, and that's it. So if someone else hits the second wall, part of the wall, then it doesn't do damage, and I forgot about that. I forgot how his ult actually applies the damage. But what I also didn't realize is that Thresh's ult scales 100% off AP, and it does 250 damage at rank 6, and then 400 damage at the second rank up, and then 550 damage at the third rank up. So then you have a 550 damage item with 100% AP ratio at max rank. So I thought this was huge, and Thresh is pretty strong with this ratio, although his Flay and his Hook have pretty low ratios. I think they're both at around 40%, which is, yes, 40, and then the Death Sentence, which is Q, is at 50% AP. But that's a lot of CC with that ability power, so I figured, hey, I'm not the first person to think of putting Thresh mid or Thresh top, but I wanted to give this a try because lately you've seen some characters that might go top or mid normally switch roles. For example, one of the biggest ones would be Cho'Gath going mid has worked out really well because of his kit, and he kind of counters a lot of bursty mages, and then he's also really strong if you build him that way, which a lot of people just don't. They put him top and build him tanky, and he still does a lot of damage, right? So I thought this would be perfect for Thresh. He has a ton of CC. He can pretty much counter a lot of champions. And, obviously he'd be more of a support mid because he is a support, but I thought it would work pretty well. So I gave it a try. I went top and mid, and it worked out extremely well. I think Thresh is a great pick in these situations, especially for someone like me. I'm accustomed to playing support, but I'm not really used to playing top. And his playstyle is really perfect for playing against aggressive champions, which is super in the meta right now. People pushing the wave, whether they're getting Cinderhulk in the top lane or just picking fast pushers in the mid lane. A lot of aggressive picks. Right now in League of Legends, it's either you're playing a super aggressive character or you're playing a tank, it seems like. And Thresh is a great counter to that because if someone gets close to the turret, you can hook them in, you can ult and put your box down, you could flay them towards the turret, or you can even disengage a lot of fights. So in this particular video that I'm showing right now, I'm playing against Fizz, and I was actually worried about Fizz. I thought he would be able to get out of my ult by his troll pull, and actually it was the opposite. A lot of times he couldn't get aggressive with me because I would just stop his combos, or if he got close to the tower, I would hook him underneath, and it really helped out a lot. And, even having Thresh's Lantern in the mid lane is awesome for some ganks because you can get the jungler into your lane a little bit quicker. Or if someone's coming to your lane, it can help them get into position quicker. So it's a really unique style of play. And to me, I kind of like that. I like having the CC. It really shuts down the mages. And Thresh just seems a little bit more tanky than some of these, squishy assassins mid. So you have a little bit more sustain in lane. And his Flay passive with his auto attack is really great for last hitting minions and also getting kind of poke on the other champions, right? So I haven't played this against any super long range mages like Xerath or trying to think who else would be maybe a little bit dangerous, or like a Vel'Koz who can kind of hit me with their long Qs. But I think against these assassin type picks or even short range mages, that Thresh is a really good counter to them and is going to be a popular pick for some people to use. So I wouldn't underestimate Thresh in the mid lane. He's pretty sweet. I'm going to be playing him a lot more, and I think even in the top lane is awesome because you can kind of hold your own. You have a lot of options to stay alive, especially in the top lane. It's kind of an island. Not a lot of people are ganking for you sometimes. You kind of get left alone, and then when you group, you kind of have this extra CC utility machine that's going to help your team. And ultimately, when I pick a champion, I like to pick champions that affect the whole team and kind of utilizes everyone playing together. And sometimes I guess that's just the inner support style of me playing my play style, that I'm always just supporting even when I'm mid or ADC or something like that. So give this a try. I think you guys will really like it. I would recommend, depending on your matchup, you're definitely going to want to get a mana item like Chalice or Yeah, I wouldn't really recommend getting Namicon. I think getting the Chalice into Unholy Grail is really useful. Obviously, if you're playing against Zed or an AD champion, you're going to want to get an early Zonias, which I think would be sweet. You could Q, so you would hook somebody, alt, and then Zonia, so then they're in the box with you and they can't really do any damage because you're Zonias, and then you could flay them and hook them again. And as long as you stay by your turret, you have a lot of power. Obviously, you're not going to be able to win a bunch of trades out in the open, but if you're anywhere near your turret, there's most likely a chance that you're going to be able to get them into the turret, so that's awesome. So I would definitely recommend those items, maybe an Abyssal Scepter, because a lot of the magic damage you're doing is close to you, so that's another great item. And then obviously, depending on the matchup, you'd want to get like a Death Cap, Void Staff, and those kind of items, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would definitely take a look at Thresh mid. Some people might think it's trolly, but I don't. I think it works. If people are going to play Cho'Gath mid, then you can play Thresh mid. And don't think about Thresh as just being a support. He's actually pretty strong and does some good damage in the early levels. So thanks for watching, guys. Blitz5, I'm out.